Our next question is to Abdul. Abdul, other states are now looking to learn from Georgia's success, and I have heard from some of them in passing this comprehensive bill. From your direct experience, and you were incredibly involved on the ground, raising awareness for the Mental Health Parity Act this year and for parity in general, what are some of your lessons learned?
Thank you, Helen, for that question. There's a few lessons learned from this experience, and one I would say is the importance of building coalitions. In the beginning, about a year ago today, when we all started on this journey together, our coalition started off with about 14 core groups through the Georgia Mental Health Policy Partnership, which the Carter Center, NAMI Georgia, Georgia Council on Substance Abuse, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and several other organizations are part of. We grew that coalition to 54 by the end of this legislative session. And within that coalition, I would say one of the biggest lessons learned is that you have to be intentional about creating your dream team, right? What I call it, your dream team of advocates, your dream team of legislators, and your dream team of community stakeholders. All those combined voices bring power to the conversation in order to move this type of omnibus legislation. I think the other big lesson learned is that everyone has value in this process. Leave egos at the door. That is critical because the cause is no bigger than one person. Our combined effort and understanding, our strengths, our weaknesses, where we can do better. That all happens collectively when we all work together in lockstep. I would say another lesson learned from this is, as we dealt with the General Assembly, is that you need your core group of advocates within that space. And through that, we were able to create a mental health caucus, a bipartisan, bicameral caucus that was on the House, chaired by Representative Todd Jones and Greg Kennard and Senator Brian Strickland and Senator Kim Jackson in the Senate. Those voices helped us spread the word about mental health and substance use disorder in the General Assembly. Another important part, that's a lesson learned, is that you have to be willing to sacrifice through this process. Being able to give up time, resources, it's critically important because without the dedication, without the will, your net result is going to be zero, right? So that extra effort that we all did, it came at a cost to us personally, resource-wise, having to drive across state to participate in events. You have to be willing to put in that work. And then the last important lesson that I would like to share is that it's important on how you use data in this process. MHA National has a screening tool that provides affiliates across the country with very important data. And from the data that was shared with us was that 4 counties in Georgia ranked in the top 20 in the United States for suicidal ideation and severe depression. And so we use that data to strategically target particular areas where we went out where these issues were prevalent. And we started going and doing press conferences in those areas and bringing awareness. And, I like to say when Jeff and I first began our campaign of going around and bring awareness, we started off with tripods and cell phones to do Facebook and Instagram Live. And just through that, doing those small events across the state, that helped grow our coalition and help spread the word. So using that data, right, to strategically make decisions is critically important to this type of effort. So thank you, Helen.
Helen, I'll chime into that too. I think that you got to give a shout out to this team that's on the panel with me today, Jeff and Abdul and Kim. They did a tremendous job. And again, it wasn't just during session, but speaking of session, I mean, they were there every single day. They were identifying where we had problems. They had their ear to the ground, listening out for concerns. Prior to the bill ever getting voting out of the House, they were meeting with senators every day and key senators having conversations. We were on the phone having follow-up conversations and strategizing on an everyday basis. I think that was extremely important to the success of this bill. I also think it was important that the fact that we were able to get the Speaker of the House to personally engage on this as a personal issue. Once he decided to carry the bill, I think I knew at that point that we were going to be successful. I knew that we were have changes, but it was his issue, his key issue. We were going to be successful. And I think when John King probably said it best at the press conference when he was asked by the press, what does the insurance companies think about this? And he said, well, the freight train's coming, so they better get on board or they're going to get run over. And I think really what that said is because of all the work this group had done for a decade, and because of the work the commission had done, we made it the cool thing. If you were not supportive of House Bill 1013, you were definitely an outsider looking in, and it became the end thing to be as involved in House Bill 1013. So thank you to my fellow panelists, because they had their hands in the pot and they were in the trenches every single day.